Hey everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further, balance out your physical body's pH level and to get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You're now tuning in to great days. So I'm gonna go a little bit over pains and maybe a little over traumas as well, or traumatic experiences, and how to cope with these. Methods to cope with these are personally my methods, and maybe you can pick up on some type of help for yourself through the way I'm doing it, so you can understand if you are dealing with anything that you don't know how to properly handle, on a deeper level, you can get it from me, okay? So it's pretty much just going to be about pains and maybe traumatic experiences, okay? So let's get right into it. Stay tuned. Most definitely, it's going to be a pretty beneficial video. So let's get right into it. Pains and traumas. These are something that we all have, okay? We all have gone through some type of traumatic experience within our lives. For one, this is something that we can all share with each other. It doesn't have to be something you always need to hide, only because everything has trauma in its life. Everything has a sense of shock in its life. It's like taking a plant as it sprout and uprooting it. To put it in a pot or something. It kind of goes through a type of shock or a type of trauma. So even plants can have this. For people, it could be. You may have just been damaged as a child, physically. You could have been abused mentally or physically as well. Anything could have happened, which can be a traumatic experience, and everybody has something, to begin with it, keep an understanding that everybody has a traumatic experience, and talking to somebody and opening up about it is pretty much the way the universe comes to connect with itself in the way to heal itself. Because the universe, it likes to send people who are going to be very healing to these deeper dimensions of pain, and if you're courageous or willing enough to open up, the person who it sends is going to be very, very, very healing for you. So the universe heals itself in this way. But if you want to keep it more private, if you want to keep it to yourself, because a lot of people are also like this, then you can take up many different methods to heal yourself. So one method that I use personally is I just connect with nature. As much as I can. Living within a city, it's kind of hard, but just connecting with nature as much as you can is most definitely something that is very, very healing, because nature is the source of coming to become holy, and this involves healing. So to heal yourself, you can connect with nature. Nature has she provides the trauma, she heals the trauma. so she knows exactly how to heal you. So all you got to do is connect with nature a little bit more and understand that the process, the entirety of the process, is very, very, very healing in itself. And all you really need to understand is that it's taking place on multiple different dimensions, multiple levels of your being. This is the way nature works. You're not going to always see what she's doing for you, but she's most definitely doing something. Okay. Now, another method would be silence. Okay, so silence is very, very good for healing, deeply healing, because chaos, it's kind of like, you cannot get that peace. If you're in a crowded or very chaotic city, half the time you can't get that peace. Okay, there's ways to, like, eventually living in the city, you can become kind of like, you can just get that type of silence through the chaos. That's something. But you can also just try and catch some peace, silence for yourself. And this allows you to actually look within yourself deeper, and as you're able to realize things that are there subconsciously that you have not understood before, being able to catch some silence, you can then open it up, and then you can shed some light on it, and then consciously you can go throughout the process of healing whatever is there. Which most traumatic experiences are subconscious, because if they take place in your youth, we like to push them to the back of our mind so that we don't have to deal with them, because they may be too traumatic. In your youth, you may not be able to handle it completely if you're constantly trying to look at it or something. So you push it to the back of your mind, and it's still there though, but it's just subconscious. You don't see it, or you ignore it, or you forget about it, and this most definitely still affects you. It's not gone, it's just that you're subconscious of it. You don't really pay attention to it, so it's there and it's affecting you, but it's like, you don't want to know about it. And what life does with those types of situations, it'll force you to look at it, because this is how the healing takes place. You need to shed light on it. So it doesn't matter how long the universe, or it doesn't matter how long it takes to unveil it to yourself or bring it back to conscious. It's the universe is patient. So, and then on this level of doing things too, you are very patient as well, because you are the universe and you're working with it simultaneously, egolessly. But your organism knows what it can handle and what it can't. So this is why you gotta trust. It's a very trustworthy thing, So just trust it, and eventually the universe is gonna allow you to shed some light on these experiences or these pains that have been sitting there in the back of your mind, and and as you start unveiling them, you are going to allow the healing process to begin. And it's not something you choose, because there's no ego, so there's no choice involved. It's more of something that is inevitable, but it's a process at the same time. So you got to understand that you need to trust it and be patient as well, as nature is doing the healing. Okay. Now, silence can make way for this. So try and catch a little bit more silence in your own home. You can even use music as well if you want to do that. You can use healing frequencies. Music that is going to benefit your soul for whatever it is that you are dealing with. It can be anything. And also wanted to talk about, um, wanted to talk one more method that I kind of forgot. I can't really remember it. Um, Creative expression can be healing as well. Only because whenever you start to creatively express yourself, and this is like art, whenever you start to create art, you are pulling from the subconscious mind most of the time. Even if you're conscious throughout your work, there's a lot of subconscious in the work. In fact, I'm sure most of it is going to be subconscious because 95% of our waking reality is subconscious. So whatever you're expressing out is going to be subconscious. So whatever traumas or pains you are subconscious of, they're going to be expressed throughout your art. So as you're making art, you can go over your art, and as you're going over your art, what you have created, you can converse with yourself. And as you're conversing with yourself, you can understand what pains are there, but you are not aware of completely, and it's portrayed in the art. So it can be very healing after you start to realize that there's these pains that you don't know about, or you don't want to know about, but they're there and they're continuously arising. So it's like an alarm going off, you know. If they're continuously arising, if they're coming to conscious light, it's a fertile time to shed light, because that's what's happening as they're starting to arise. You're trying to shed light more on what has been poking at you, so you can, if that's happening, you can understand it as a fertile time to start the healing process, which you can then trust nature to do for you, because it's not something you can always take into your hands purely. You can just understand that it is starting, and as you start to get into this understanding, into this awareness, nature will start to unfold the healing process, and then there can be a whole transcendental experience following that, which is very, very beautiful as well. But many, many different methods for being able to heal. Meditation is a great way to start becoming more aware. And as you become more aware, healing is natural at that point. You can become aware of all the processes of healing taking place. One thing that I quoted, or not quoted, but pretty much like conceived to myself quite a while back when I was connecting a lot with nature more often, was that nature is healing us 24/7. Okay, it's just that we don't know about nature's healing process all the time. Okay, but she's there healing us in our blind spots, is basically what I was conceiving, that she's always healing us, things we don't even remember, things that are completely unconscious, things that we will never remember in this life, in this individual life. She's there healing, but they're in the blind spot, so we're not going to be able to see it, but she's there doing that healing, and this is continuous, this is eternal, even if she was the one who caused the pains in the first place, so it's a very weird thing, but it's probably just evolution, or yeah, it's probably just evolution process. Nature is very, very unconditional. She or it is very, very unconditional divinity. So nature is 24/7 giving us what we need to come into our own divinity. But people are blinded. Once again, I just made a video on being blinded from our sense, or we're unsensible to life nowadays because we're blinded. But because of this blinding, we are unable to see just how unconditional nature is, and the the divinity in it all. You know, she's always there trying to show us the light, show us our divinity, show us our unconditionality, but we're stuck in the dark, you know, because we've been blinded or we've been caged up, whatever you want to say. But she's most definitely there doing that all the time. You know, right now she's speaking through me to you. Okay, the message gets through to those who are ready. You know, it takes time. It can take a lifetime, I can say. But that's pretty much it. So healing, it happens naturally of itself. Once again, many different methods to heal. Find what works best for you. I'm just here to provide some methods. If anybody needs, you know, silence most definitely is a beautiful thing. Music is also most definitely a beautiful thing though too. Nature, a great source of healing, and art is also a great source of healing as well, you know. But that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all did enjoy. Once again, subscribe for more daily content. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy. So, comment down any information you want, okay, to help me expand my info. Peace out. Generate some static electricity from the etheric body or the first layer of the aura. One love, and good afternoon. Have a great afternoon.